on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees. It should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee, included with every tire purchase with paid installation. You'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee, only at Midas.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. Its daily update on Bama sports and is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage. A true Southern flavor since 1947. Order online at ConecahSausage.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hooper. On Tuesday's edition of Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR, we were joined by Alabama legend Jerry Duncan.
You've got to have the will to pay the price to win. This 65 group that's coming in there, they paid a price because, this was back in the days, Roger, when, we would have one water break, practicing 115 degrees heat, and everybody would line up on the 50-yard line about halfway through practice. And they come down, the trainers and the managers would come down and give everybody a piece of ice and a salt tablet. And then you go back and practice for another hour and a half. But I mean, he just knew how to handle people. He knew when to press, and he knew when to back up a little bit. And he drove us hard. I'll say that.
I'll have more in a moment.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Conecuh sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. Conecuh sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Join us tonight for Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show live from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa at 6 p.m. Central. You can listen to Hey Coach on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as watch on all Alabama Athletics social media platforms. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888 8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
Firehawk Aerospace is a non-traditional defense contractor advancing the state of propulsion to strengthen the U.S. Defense Initiative. Founded in 2019, Firehawk Aerospace established early leadership in manufactured propulsion with the development of 3D printed hybrid rocket fuel grains. Visit firehawkaerospace.com to learn more. That's firehawkaerospace.com.
The Blitz with Joe Hunk and John Abraham. Weekday morning starting at 9 a.m. on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Always great to be here at Baumhower's Victory Grille. And it is Wednesday, which means Teleconference Wednesday.
Love Teleconference Wednesday.
Had a chance to indeed talk to DJ Durkin as well as Kalen DeBoer. I did ask Kalen, I remember this time a year ago, this is when it happened, where the tail end with Oklahoma and even the Iron Bowl, well, it was a win, but it was not a stellar performance. And the bowl game
was awful.
I went there with Coach on lessons learned from last season, but want to start actually. Good to see you, Wes.
It's good to be here.
And Drew DeArmond's here with us as well for the full hour. How are you, Drew?
I'm doing well. I had an exhausting day yesterday, but kudos to the one and only Joel Lamp for help saving my ass as we finished the live stats over at the second annual Huntsville City Girls Tip-Off over at Huntsville High, and we did 12.
Wow.
We did 12 games in 2 days.
Oh, mercy.
And we had some outstanding help, and it was a great event. A lot of great girls hoops out there, man, and we had some good action the last 2 days.
Wanted to start off with a conversation that I had with Eli Drinkowitz, and anyway, I went into the one portal period with Coach Drink, and just interesting how he laid it out. And yes, there is a Miss Chloe reference at the end of this conversation as well. Change how you look at the team moving forward with that only one portal window, Coach.
Well, I think everybody needs to reset because we're fixing to do something that's never been done before in the history of college football. And on top of that, you've got a lot of uncertainty related to the 5th-year lawsuit. So you're going to sign a high school class on the first Wednesday of December. You're going to have on December 15th a injunction heard by a judge that may give every single college football player a 5th year of eligibility. And then you're going to go into a one portal cycle. And with that one portal cycle, you're not going to have a secure number of what your financial revenue share. I mean, you'll know what your rev share is, but you won't know what is allowable or not allowable through third-party NIL. So the rubber's fixing to meet the road in a lot of different ways. November 15th is the first time that people are supposed to send out offers for what true rev share is. And so, I think there's been a lot of there's just going to be a lot of things up in the air, which this day and age in college football seems like every day there's a new change or a new adjustment. But again, we're fixing to try to tackle something that's never been done, and there's no blueprint for it. And so you'll kind of fly by the seat of your pants. I think people would be well to lean on people's experience who've been adaptable in figuring out roster management.
Is there anybody you lean on? I just talked to conversation-wise. Who would you talk to about this, Coach?
Yeah, talk to myself. Because there's nobody else that's ever experienced this before. We're all flying by the seat of their pants. I mean, we've got group text and there's college coaches that you can call, but rules are different. In every conference, we only have 85 scholarships. The other conferences have 105 scholarships, or the ability to add 105. Some people think that there's going to be third-party NIL. Some people think they're trying to restrict the MMR parts. So, everybody's operating a little bit differently. You got some conferences that are adding private equity, some that aren't. So, I mean, I don't. Who would you call, Steve?
I don't have an answer for you, Coach. I don't.
Probably best to call like a psychic, a fortune teller.
Miss Cleo.
You got a good fortune teller we could call Miss Cleo. That's probably what we should do.
Miss Cleo.
Yeah. So
yeah, I like that. So here's the deal. Why in the world are we in a day and time when federal judges act like they have the say-all in everything? I mean, seriously, why is a federal judge wasting the taxpayers' money
deciding if you should get a 5th year for college football.
December 15th.
Shouldn't college football decide that, not him? I mean, this is stupid. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, and we got governors deciding the football coaches and athletic directors have jobs.
Only if they win.
That's different.
Only if they win.
That's different because he is the acting president according to the Louisiana state law. But this has nothing to do with anything. They're deciding if they should have 5 years of eligibility. What the hell?
I would agree with Wes, though. That needs to be decided by the NCAA and college football. Period.
Yeah, the people that are, I mean, it's ludicrous. You know why he's getting to decide that? Because there's so much money involved. And it's ridiculous what's going on. That just makes me so mad. It's just unbelievable.
How Eli laid it out, that's why I wanted to start it off. Listen, I know Alabama-Oklahoma is a very big game. It is a very big game.
Oh, yeah, huge.
But in the bigger picture, with this one portal window now and all of these coaching changes as well inside the SEC, and who's to say that's done as well?
Well, you never know. I mean, anything can happen. LSU trying to tell
Brian Kelly?
Brian Kelly wasn't fired. But he's fired now. We didn't fire you then, but he didn't have the authority to fire you.
Something happened 2 or 3 years ago, but we overlooked it. But now that you didn't win enough, we don't want to pay you.
We call that a Costanza, where if you're a Seinfeld fan, where you get fired, but you show up for work the following Monday.
Hey, Raymond Parks, RP3, was from Southwestern Louisiana. ESPN Southwestern Louisiana was on this morning. He wrote a column about it. Scott mentioned off the air about it's a Costanza, and then without prompting, Raymond Parks did. Yes, he went there.
My bad.
He made a drinking game out of it.
I wish.
Basically, what LSU's been going through and what they're doing and how crazy it is.
This is why you need to listen to Talking Ball.
Now, explain this, though. How in the world is Vegas gone where Nick Saban is the favorite to get the job? Plus 300. I can't explain it away.
No.
It doesn't make any sense
at all.
I did talk to both the Auburn and Alabama head football coaches before we talked to Big C. Hopefully Big C is not sleeping right now.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully Big C will hold through my conversation here with Kalen DeBoer.
The biggest challenges of facing a Brent Venables kind of defense with all the multiples in particular, what are the biggest challenges in facing that type of scheme, Coach?
Well, I think it's scheme, but it's how confidently their players play within the scheme as well. They're going to show a lot of different things to you, both in the front and the back half. And so, extremely well coached. They play confidently. And then there's, a physicality about them too. They got a great combination of size and speed. They just fly around. They got an attitude about them, that they're out there to go make plays. And so, credit to everyone involved in putting it together, from coaches to staff, to coaches to players.
And I know the season did not end how you wanted it to last year. Really beginning at the Oklahoma game through the bowl game, Coach. Fast forwarding to now, how different is this energy here in November? And just I know we're playing a lot of freshmen as well, Coach. Of how different is this team compared to this team last year at this time, Coach?
Yeah, I think we've come a long ways, and there's a lot of things that happened last year that in the off season we were able to really talk through, work through. I said it many times, your experiences really kind of, and your response to your experiences kind of shape who you are moving forward. And so, there's some games, including this one a year ago, where we really had to understand and do everything we can to not let those type of games happen again. And so I will say this: every game is its own game, and every year is its own year. I tell the guys each practice and each play is its own play. And so, this is a different year. They're a better football team. We're a better football team than a year ago. And, it's just, again, you take those experiences, and there is certainly a lot of guys that remember, what happened a year ago. And, you use that as a motivation, but this is a whole different outfit that we're seeing this year, when it comes to Oklahoma.
Coach, I wanted to ask about your linebacker core in particular on the level that they are playing at, and at least I've noticed them increasingly getting better. But what do you see during practice from your linebacker core as a whole over the last couple of weeks, Coach?
Yeah, they're definitely playing as good as they've played all season. I think it's a combination of different things. You got a Deontay Lawson, who's a veteran player who physically, is coming back all season long from what happened a year ago in this very game. And then you got Justin Jefferson, just doing a great job of taking the reps he's had and building his game. He isn't just one dimensional. He's in there playing physical. He uses his speed, but he also just really understands what he's seeing and how our scheme fits and matches up to it. And then you got Nakai, who's come in, and I just really appreciate the patience he had. But he just every single day was diligent about his work, and he's really improved. And he should improve on a steep trajectory because everything was completely new to him coming here. And so, the fumble he forced, I think is one piece of it, but there's been a lot of plays throughout the year, and especially probably in the last 3 or 4 games where even on the sideline, I can just see how quickly he's responding, how hard he's playing confidently as well.
And Coach, at least in our world, at least there is a lot of noise around sign stealing. How big of a deal is that in your world? And especially around teams like in Oklahoma, that is at least that we're talking about in that regard. Do we make too much out of sign stealing, Coach?
From our standpoint, and that's really all I can refer to, we just assume every game that there's some element of it. And so we continue to adjust what we do. And that's, again, that's an assumption we make. And so we act accordingly.
That is Kalen DeBoer from earlier today in the teleconference. By the way, next Wednesday, the last teleconference.
Oh, man.
We're already here.
What are they going to do without you, Steve?
And then because they got rid of that one, because there for a number of years, that Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I was the only joker on there.
Yeah, 100%.
So
that's why you became Teleconference Steve.
I don't know if I tell too many people that, Steve.
Yeah, I probably
That's a story I keep to myself.
I need something stitched that says Teleconference Steve. Maybe our guest
was during COVID. You were the only.
A large part of it. It was me and Bob Holt. Bob, God rest his soul. Bob and I miss Bob a great deal. But he would come up with some fabulous questions. And I miss Bob quite a lot. And Big C is hopefully
Big C
on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline.
We're wide awake today.
and I am not trying to, demean you by any means, Big C, because naps are fantastic.
Yeah, it worked again.
Naps are fantastic.
Yeah, it looked like Alabama's asleep in the first quarter because of you, though, see?
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll be wide awake. I'm wide awake. I had to go to Montgomery today, and I just got back a few minutes ago. I went last week, but for some reason I was wore out.
Well, Big C, I really enjoyed being on your show.
Oh, when were you on a show?
Tuesday, I think, right? Okay. Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday.
That's yesterday.
Yeah, well, it seems like a long time.
Yesterday.
The market's crazy.
Time does sort of slows down, speeds back up. It goes back and forth on that. But, we talked about Wes's career and talking about being the number one linebacker prospect in the country and then being switched to center when he got down to Alabama and all that good stuff.
A lot of fun. Appreciate you, Steve.
Thanks.
I'm going to have to watch that tomorrow. I'm traveling tomorrow, so I'll have time to watch. So I'll look that up on Facebook.
Go on Facebook, Talking Sports Big C is Tuesday. What was it? Yes, today is what? The
Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday.
The 11th.
No, Veterans Day. Remember that. November the 11th.
Day.
Yeah, Veterans Day. Yeah.
That's right. So you have to be able to hear what he had to say, and we quizzed him a little. And then we had an Ole Miss player, Floyd Franks, that played with Archie Manning. And this weekend, November the 15th, it's going to be exactly 56 years to the day and date that Ole Miss and Archie and all of them helped Jack Reynolds get a nickname called Hacksaw.
Wow. Interesting you go there with nicknames. I found out today that Texas A&M, their quarterback in Marcel Reed, his nickname is Gingerbread Man, but not according to their head coach. Mike Elko says he calls him String Bean.
String Bean, I like that. Talking about String Bean, do y'all ever remember
39.
Hee Haw named String Bean? Do y'all remember him, or y'all too young to do that?
I'm too young for that one.
Some of us who are educated, benefits of classical education, and understand. Remember String Bean. Thanks to YouTube, I'll tell you that. and there's a neat documentary on YouTube. Speaking of that, about because he and his wife were brutally murdered, and it's a great documentary going into that.
Okay,
leave it to me to bring the room down. But
yeah,
just stream of consciousness.
That's a hard left turn right there.
No,
You're welcome.
I'll go to a lighter note. My nickname for Texas A&M is 1939.
Well, they're still undefeated.
They won the national championship.
Exactly, Big Z.
Don Jarin Kimbrough was the fullback.
Only you would know that.
He got it.
Were you in second grade, or I'm only messing with you?
My dad was. What year was it?
1939.
Yeah, my dad wasn't born.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
He was on the way.
Yeah.
Well, what else is on your mind, Big C?
Well, I think we're going to win, and I think we'll win by 10 or more points. Am I being a little optimistic there? What do y'all
I hope you're right. Either way, what's the line?
What had been 7, 6.5, 7, 7.5.
I thought I saw 5.5.
Is it going down?
Wait a second. I'll look it up. But
I picked 24-17 Bama. So the revenge tour is complete.
Wow, Texas A&M's an 18.5-point favorite over South Carolina. LSU is a 5.5-point favorite over Arkansas. Maybe that was the line I was looking at. Kentucky is a 20.5-point favorite over undefeated Tennessee.
It's 5.5, Steve. It's gone down from 7.5 to 5.5. Yep, and the over/under is 45.5.
Yeah, I see two different books at 5.5. There's 5 different books that have it at 6.
Gotcha. I'll take a 1-point win.
If you guarantee it now, I'm all for it.
14-13.
So, Drew, has anybody figured out if Alabama wins, they'll be even if they lose to Auburn, will they go to the
qualify for Atlanta?
I've been told that, but I don't know for sure if that's the case.
The only thing that Ole Miss would be the only team,
right?
If Texas A&M, assuming they stay undefeated, Ole Miss would be the only team with one loss. Everybody else would have. Georgia, if Georgia won out, they would still. Alabama would have the qualifier against them. So Alabama would have to lose to both Oklahoma and Auburn for Georgia to make it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's going to be decided with if Alabama could knock Oklahoma out. Even though Josh Bay made an interesting pick this week, he picked Alabama to cover and win. I believe by double digits, and he picked Oklahoma to go 9-3 and sneak into the playoff, which I thought was interesting. He thought because Oklahoma's losses would be to Alabama, to Texas, and then to Ole Miss. 3 really good football teams who are in playoff contention, and we know the ACC is trash.
You think they'll have a team qualify from the ACC?
Probably the champion Big C, just a one-bid league. In a way, they shouldn't even let any of them, but I think they'll probably allow just the champ, whoever that is, even if it's the Duke Blue Devils and it's basketball season.
seen that
Let
dude.
Duke in
What
because
are
it's
they- where are
basketball
they-
season.
Maybe.
football right now?
What?
Hello?
So, see, you got any? The game at Oklahoma was the game where you dressed up as Terry Bowden, isn't
No,
that?
no. He's a cowboy.
Yeah. Oh, he was a cowboy.
Oh yeah, a war had little
The little 6-shooters.
Oh
right?
yeah, had him on the side.
Yeah.
Had cowboy boots.
You
His
can't wear
Alabama. I'll never forget it.
You can't wear those 6-shooters
That was
anymore.
before 9/11, no question. Yeah.
No.
They make it.
They
got.
I'll never forget seeing it.
Yeah, they deport him like AC.
What now?
It's a station joke right there that Drew went to.
Some of these jokes are real inside.
Yeah,
Big C. Don't worry about it.
very, very inside baseball. Very.
I might call up Wes off the air.
You might need to call Drew.
Yeah, you might need, because I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Yeah, you might need to call Drew on that one. But what part of Oklahoma scares you the most, Big C?
Well, their defense is pretty good. And somebody said their pass rush is pretty good, but the offensive line for passing is blocks pretty good. So maybe we'll be able to keep them out. I don't know. We need to. I still worry about even though I know the running game needs to still get better. Sort of have the old saying, you got to have balance on offense and defense, and you got to be able to run the ball somewhat. So that part worries me, but I still think we can beat them though, and I hope they need to, like, who was it that made the revenge? Was it Drew that made the revenge tour complete?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Saturday to beat them? Is that right? Is that what you said, Drew?
Yes, sir, Big T. I mean, as you know, they already got Vanderbilt. They already got the Vomits, and now you just got to get Oklahoma.
That's Tennessee.
Yeah, that's right. We lost to Tennessee up there. But no, I'm picking Alabama by 10 or more.
I like the way you think, and see. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I would just like, from a non-Alabama perspective, I think not running the football would concern me the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this. I don't care if we run it or not. We just got to keep winning football games.
Yeah, I mean, and playing good situational football, which I thought they did, Wes.
Yes.
Even though the offense wasn't pretty on Saturday, I thought they played the best complementary football. I thought, sans the missed 26-yarder, they made 2 long field goals. The punter's been good for several weeks. They got a good punt return, even though they got only 2 penalties that called the punt return back.
It was just a big play because they were in field goal range already.
25-yard line.
Yeah.
And then I thought the defense played their best game. I mean, because LSU, it wasn't playing great, but they're still talented. And they kept LSU out of the end zone, and I never felt like LSU was going to score a touchdown.
They did it. They've gotten better of making plays. There's no doubt about that. And had a couple of missed opportunities on some turnovers. But
Bray Hubbard should have had one in the end zone.
Well, yeah, and he caused the fumble that should have been we should have recovered as well.
That's right.
So there was several chances
got to
to
get
make
that ball.
Yeah, you got to make plays. Yeah, but I'm overall just very pleased with the defense, and the defense is getting better because the young kids are getting better, and you see it. I mean, 42 and 41's growth since the first of the year is amazing.
Well, I will say this:
and Red Morgan, who I used to cuss all the time, he's on the field,
He's played
all the time out of position, is now in position, and I'm not cussing anymore.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If this crazy 5th-year rule goes into account, the only thing I'd be happy about is getting the Kyle Green back.
Yeah, I think the Kyle Green, the way he played last game, if he continues to play like that.
I like this quote this week too. He said, I love being around people that all they care about is winning. In other words, he played for Coach Prime. They didn't care.
Well, I think they're getting to where they want to care. So, yeah.
See, tell folks how they can tune in tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, go to Talking, TALKIN, Sports with Big C on Facebook. You can watch us live or after 9 a.m. We'll put the show, archive the show so you can watch it at your convenience. But that's what, and we'll be talking Bama with Big C. talking about Alabama, Oklahoma, and record and all that good stuff.
Outstanding. It's always great to hear from you. And go take a nap. I'm giving you permission to go take it, although it looks like it's midnight right now.
Dream of long touchdowns. I love long touchdowns. I love two-play drives. All right,
thank you, Big C.
Thank you.
Let's take our first time out. We're live here from Baumhower's Victory Grill. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is your opportunity to register to win a pair of Army and Navy football tickets to this year's game, courtesy of Higher Echelon. All you have to do is answer this question correctly to get registered, and you'll be registered to win a pair of tickets to this year's Army-Navy football game. Today's trivia question is, this is the 126th meeting between the two schools. How many times has this game been tied between Army and Navy? 256-576-4977. 256-576-4977. Good luck.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Did you know that average home equity is at an all-time high? But so is average consumer debt. Even though rates are higher now, you can use your equity to pay off your high consumer debt, student loans, etc., then refi when the rates drop. Don't put off that new home purchase. When rates drop, prices will go up. Buy now and get the best price and then refi when the rates drop. This is the time to talk to the experts at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com for more information.
At Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapy, it's not just what we do, it's who we are. Founded in 2003 by Huntsville natives Scott Johnson and Todd Hayes, Johnson & Hayes brings exceptional care to every patient through an all-star team of highly trained physical therapists. From sports performance to post-op rehab, dizziness, women's health, and more. With 7 locations across North Alabama, expert care is always close to home. Learn more at johnsonandhayes.com. Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapy, where extraordinary care meets exceptional outcomes. At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyandersonford.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here at Baumhower's Victory Grill, along with Wes Neighbors and Drew DeArmond. Steve Moulton back here with you. Phone lines open to you, walking you up to Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show. Now, I usually do pivot over to my conversations with the Easter Bunny, and that would be our dictionary that we have here on this particular show, as we gave Lane Kiffin that nickname when he was at FAU back in the day. So here is my conversation I had with Lane Kiffin earlier today.
2 games that at least kind of stand out to me for Florida this year are the LSU and the Kentucky game. I'm wondering what you saw on game tape this year in particular out of those 2 games and of course both road games at LSU and at Kentucky, Coach.
Well, I think that this is a team that you can point to some games and say, okay, they didn't play as well as they'd like. And you can say some other games, they played great. They were ahead of Georgia in the 4th quarter. They kind of pretty easily beat Texas, a really good Texas team. That nobody else has done that to that way that they did. And so I said it at the beginning of this, anytime you have extremely talented defensive players, and then you have a running back that is one of the best in the country, and a quarterback that can get hot and can run and pass, that's a recipe for a really dangerous team.
With DJ in particular, what kind of growth, since he obviously didn't go through spring and really too much of the fall, Coach?
I don't know growth. I don't know. It's more for his coaches. I don't know that I've seen growth. Because I do know this. I watched a guy beat us last year and play great and have one of the highest yards per completion of any players in the country last year. So I know the guy can play as well as anybody in the country at times, and we got to make sure that's not against us Saturday night.
That is Lane Kiffin.
Well, he's absolutely right.
Does he scout out the team he's about to be the head coach for?
Well, you don't want to lose him 2 times in a row if he really wants to go there. I'll say this, though. All the SEC teams are dangerous. Last week, I was told on film it looked like Florida quit. But does that mean that they'll quit this week? Not necessarily.
Well, not if they want to impress their head coach.
No, it's not that, because most of them probably are looking to go other places, I imagine.
Yeah.
I think Brian Boswell made the best point ever just recently. The only way anybody gets paid in the SEC big dollars is leveraging the place they are right now. And without that, you're just going to get the same money.
Yeah.
Now, I know different places do it different ways. Georgia's a lot of performance-based kind of thing.
Well, except at quarterback, I think QBs get paid, but it's kind of like the NFL. It depends on the position you play and how important it is. And, it's going to be interesting, though, because, Lane Kiffin, he and Jimmy are playing this up to the hilt, Jimmy Sexton. Mm-hmm. They're not going to play. They're not going to put, they put their cards on the table yet. And so if Florida's making a move for him, heck, it may be somebody asked me today, would you take Florida or would you lay the points with Ole Miss? I said, I'd lay the points because Florida last week, I didn't like the way they looked. And Lane, if he is auditioning, he's going to want to try to impress a lot of people, and he'll probably be bringing a quarterback with him named Trinidad Chambliss.
I mean, we were all talking about.
I know this. I don't think he'll be keeping my man who's making about $2 million a year.
Austin Simmons?
No, I'm talking about the current one, DJ Lagway.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a used
He's
car.
thrown more picks than touchdowns this year.
Gonna have to take a pay cut wherever he goes next, bro.
That's called a Nico.
Yeah. And a Nico, or what the hell's the other guy's name who's at Sacramento State? He was a backup quarterback for you, Steve.
Jaden Rashada.
Jaden overrated. I forgot. Jaden Rashada. You know, speaking of Florida, his family was suing Florida over stuff they thought they were promised.
Yeah, verbal contracts.
Wow. Awesome. I'd like to verbally hope he could throw a touchdown pass at Sacramento State.
Kirk Herbstreit and Joey Galloway had themselves a podcast.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. You're two of your favorites, but what do you think of this question, though, Drew DeArmond?
Who do you think has a better chance on the road? Oklahoma going to Tuscaloosa, Texas going to Athens. By the way, when those two teams left the Big 12 and everybody said, okay, now you're going to find out what it's like in the big boy pool. This is the kind of weekend that teams like Texas, they're fans of Texas and fans of Oklahoma. This is a proving opportunity. And I think they've done it already in these couple of years they've been in the SEC. But it's fun to see both these teams are going in traditional powers of the SEC. Yeah. Who do you think has a better chance to compete and pull off an upset? Or maybe you think both of them do?
Before I play what Joey says,
I think both of them do. I think Texas is playing better than they have all year.
Texas and Oklahoma? By the way, for what Kirk
think
just said right there, Texas, I completely agree with.
Oklahoma, not so much.
Oklahoma
has a losing record in the SEC. So no, I get. Yeah.
What do you think, Drew?
Well, I mean, I think Texas has the better shot, only because I think they are playing a better football offensively right now, and I think Arch is settling in. I think a lot of people panicked when he didn't look like a Heisman Trophy winner early. We had C.J. Vogel on the show, and, I was worried about him when I first saw him this year because of the flex into the shoulder, but I just think that's what he does. Some people have idiosyncrasies that they do, but if you're a basketball player, sometimes you have to dribble. Sometimes it's the thing he's probably always done. I didn't watch him play in high school, and then I was wondering, because he was kind of sidearming the ball early and stuff like that, but some QBs use different arm angles.
Mm-hmm.
So
sometimes you have to, when your offensive line is terrible.
Well, I was going to say early in the year, look out. That's all it was.
The left guard
against
Florida was horrendous. I mean,
they've made some adjustments on their offensive line. According to Vogel, they've made about 3 moves. And this Georgia team, this defense, is still good because it's a Kirby Smart, Glenn Schumann defense, but they don't have a great pass rush. I think we know that. On the back end, they are susceptible if you can protect the quarterback. And I think Texas's defense had a couple of hiccups, but I think they're good. And this Georgia offense is better this year running the football, but they're not a super explosive group. So I think it's going to go down to the latter half of the fourth quarter, but every Georgia game does.
So what's the line of Georgia? 5.5?
5.5. 5.5.
So both games are 5.5.
Your big breaking news for the day right now, here's what Joey Galloway said, agreeing with Drew DeArmond.
I'd say Texas, simply because they played their best game against Vandy.
So there it is. Joey Galloway and Drew DeArmond, 2 peas in a pod, as their besties.
Yeah. Alabama beat him in his last college game. He'll never forget.
Yeah, I know. I watched the tape. It was fun.
1994, Chicken Bowl. Jay Barker, the man.
Yeah.
Sherman Williams on the screen.
The Sherman Shake, my favorite dance ever.
So the one other cleanup from yesterday, Todd McShay said this about Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson is the most NFL-ready quarterback in the country. And I stamp that. I will stand alone on that island. I will plant that flag at the top of this mountain. Ty Simpson is the standard at the quarterback position. And I want people to understand no one is doing the things that Ty Simpson is doing at quarterback. Pre-snap, post-snap, ball placement, poise, decisiveness, mechanically, all of those things. And I want people to also understand He's the only guy doing it at a high level that has absolutely no running game to consistently rely upon. There are flashes, but it's not consistent. And in this game,
that's a good point.
It was 56 yards rushing. Ty's having to carry that offense. Ty Simpson,
that Indiana run game's good, man. Yeah.
Ty Simpson is the standard at the quarterback position in college football. And I don't care about his size. I don't care about his arm strength. I don't care about his mobility. He is a very high NFL draft pick, whether he comes out in 2026 or 2027.
That is Todd McShay on Ty Simpson.
Well, I mean, we can count all the passes he missed. It's like you draw breath, right? And he's made some unbelievable plays against Georgia. And it's not the ones you think. Against Georgia, it was a little side flip.
Yeah.
To get a first down.
Yeah.
On a big third down.
Yeah.
And Alabama controlled the rest of the game. There was another little flip in another game. I think South Carolina.
I don't know why I was thinking Vanderbilt.
It might have been Vanderbilt as well. There have been some unbelievable athletic plays that he made that were Bryce Youngish.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to say he's even close to Bryce Young. And the way, when he does scramble, he's looking downfield. It has made some incredible plays since the Florida State game. Not so much against Florida State. But other than that game. And listen, who has the best defensive backs in the conference? Drew?
Well, I think I think Alabama's secondary is as good as any. Myself,
they're good. There's no question. Yeah, but I'm talking LSU. Well, we played LSU.
Well, and I to piggyback off your point, that's what I've tried to tell some people about the performance last week. I give Blake Baker a lot of credit. I said LSU would play hard, and I knew that they wasn't going to just give up and lay down. And I thought, and they do have statistically a top 3 defense in the SEC. Their offense has not been good, but I think their defense. Wes, I would agree with you on all 3 levels. Even without Whit Weeks, I thought they played really well and they had a really good plan. And
Wesley's gotten better, by the way.
And
he practiced today.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to credit the opponent and how they play. And now it'll be interesting to see if the Weeks brothers are all Gators.
Well, I argued the first day about LSU because of the governor and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to argue what they're doing now. That's a double S mess.
It is a mess. And that's why what you said earlier about Coach Saban being the betting favorite is insane. Because, I mean, if there's one thing Coach Saban wants is authority and people to let him run the program. He doesn't need the governor calling him on the phone and raising hell. And then having an athletic director in Osbury. Is he the athletic director or not? You don't want – I mean, come on. You got a new school president. And, I mean, who's basically –
So do they have a school president?
The guy from McNeese State.
Yeah.
Who's, of course, great, best friend of the governor.
Yeah.
So, of course, I mean, to me, it's a disaster. There's no way Nick Saban, if he did his homework, which he did, and decided there was too many cooks in the kitchen in Austin, Texas, he's not going to go back to LSU with this mess.
No, truthfully, I don't think Coach Saban would go anywhere.
I don't either.
Just because he's 73 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you saw the birthday cake, Miss Terry had a begging to sit up.
And evidently, she didn't bake it. That's not me telling you that. Nick Saban said that last Friday.
Is he saying she's not a baker?
Well, no. He said that she is a fine cook, but knows how to cater stuff really well.
And this is a tease.
Of course she does.
This is a tease in our business.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, you'll hear a great conversation with John Summerall on Talking Ball.
Yeah.
And he'll go into a detail about cooking. I'll just tell you that.
Really?
You'll have a great soundbite.
That's fantastic.
Know your limits.
So where does John Summerall end up, Drew? I mean, what's going on in the coaching search at Auburn?
Well, I think Kenny, that John and Kenny Dillingham are up there, is all I'll say. I think that
I've heard Kenny's not coming.
Well, he may not. He may not. He's an alum at Arizona State.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the people that Auburn are interested in. I think they would be smart to hire John Summerall because of his state ties and how good a coach he is. No question about that. But I think John would also, if we're all doing hypothetical things, if Lane Kiffin left and Ole Miss opened up, I think Ole Miss would be smart to talk to John Summerall. I think they're very well aligned right now with how they're handling stuff, and then I think if Kentucky comes open, even though Stoops is making a run, he's trying to make a run here and stabilize himself. But who knows? I do think, and I think he should take a long look at Arkansas, even though Trey Biddy's as plugged in as anyone. Right now, he's hearing a lot of buzz about James Franklin, that they're going all in to try to give him what he wants.
Well, that'd be, to me,
huge step up.
I just can't believe Auburn's not trying to hire James Franklin.
Yeah.
I really not. I mean, everybody, look what he did at Penn State. Not this year.
He is a great recruiter.
He's a great recruiter. He has won. He won at Vanderbilt. And then he goes to Penn State, who was a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And turned them. He was in the playoffs last year in preseason number 2. Loses his first string quarterback. Nobody talks about that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't,
and then I wonder if Drink would be a candidate at Auburn. Because
I would hire any one of those 3. But the first guy I would hire
ties to Auburn.
Yeah, he does.
I would hire James Franklin. That's the first person I think fits. I thought Florida was going to hire him. I can't believe they haven't. I can't believe James Franklin's not hired yet.
On the subject of job openings, Bruce Feldman on Golick and Golick. It is basically the Lane Kiffin up for bid auction.
The part that gives me pause is, Auburn at the time, like 3 years ago, was a bigger job historically than Ole Miss. He decided to stay. Ole Miss has some really good factors going to it to keep Lane Kiffin. One, they have a really good setup with their collective, and it's basically their portal situation is run by a guy named Walker Jones, who's a former Ole Miss player who was a CA agent and then an executive at Under Armour. And that is about as smooth an operation as there is when it comes to the money side, when it comes to the portal and NIL and how that's all kind of, working in Oxford. The other piece of it is Lane Kiffin's entire extended family is now really settled in Oxford. And I don't know if he sits there and goes, you know what, I'm going to make the playoff this year, because if you look at the rest of their schedule, it's cupcakes, and they're probably going to be a one-loss team going in the playoff. So that puts it further down the road, because then it messes up the timing a little bit, or a lot, if you're Florida or LSU. And so do you sit there and go, okay, there's got to be some good faith if we're one of those schools, and go, hey, we'll do some kind of agreement with Jimmy Sexton where he coaches out the playoff, and then whatever happens, then he comes back to us, because you're basically punting on this year's recruiting class, and there's only one portal window. Now I have no idea if some of these NFL jobs, because now the Giants job is open, and that's a very attractive job, I think, for a lot of people. And by the way, I think his old quarterback is with the Giants. So I don't know if that becomes a thing. It's going to be interesting to see how all these dominoes fit. But when it comes to the coaching carousel in college, right now, Lane Kiffin is the belle of the ball.
One other little side note to the Giants. Evidently, there is a rather large possibility Jameis Winston will be the starting quarterback for the Giants this weekend.
He's been third string most of the year.
Yeah, I read that he is going to start. Yeah. What happened to Jackson Dart? Has he not been playing
He's
well?
Hurt.
Okay.
Hurt.
What did he hurt?
I don't know that.
I haven't seen the injury report. I just saw that Schefter was intimating that he was injured, and that that Jameis would very likely start the football game this week.
All right, final timeout, final call for phone calls. We're live here from Baumhower's Victory Grill, Wednesday edition of The Drive. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
You'll love the expanded wine selection at Liquor Express. From special occasion to everyday table wines, they've got what you need. Meet your friends at the largest tap wall in Alabama with 105 rotating selections. Then take home a growler full of your favorite or choose from our 1,000 canned or bottled beers. Need help stocking your bar or planning your party? Liquor Express has a knowledgeable, professional in-house staff that can assist you with anything from your bar to the planning of your special event. Visit liquorexpress.net for tasting specials, giveaways, and classes.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
Tom Abraham here with my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. Are those new school clothes wearing out that old washer and dryer? Well, it's time to get off the bus at Owen Home Appliance Center and learn what a new Speed Queen washer can do for you. They're in stock and are ready for delivery now. At Owen Home Appliance Center, quality products, quality pricing, quality service. It's right there in the name, Owen Home Appliance Center. 2 locations to serve you, Highway 36 in Somerville and the interactive location at Highway 231 in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid-60s across the Tennessee Valley, only dropping into the upper 30s, lower 40s as we head into the overnight early Thursday morning. Mostly to partly sunny sky Thursday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 60s and then dropping into the lower 40s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Final call for phone calls. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. I did ask Mike Elko about fighting complacency. And yes, I was channeling my inner Nick Saban. And I said that, and I'll play that answer hopefully later on. If not, you'll hear it Friday, walking you up to Madison Academy football. Todd is first up on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Todd?
I'm doing great, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well.
Good. Love the show. Y'all do a great job.
Thank you.
I just want to talk about a couple of things. First off, I'm really looking forward to this Bama basketball game on Thursday. Nate Oates has really got a good-looking team, and I'm really excited to see what they can do this year. But I did want to get y'all's opinion on how valuable the SEC game, championship game is moving forward. It's almost like, as far as Bama's concerned, if they didn't make it, it wouldn't hurt my feelings because I still think they would make the playoffs.
100%. But, SEC championships are part of the tradition. But it's not going away because of the money. I think everybody would agree that it serves no purpose other than gives the players a ring.
If you were to make more money if the tournament expanded, I wonder if there would be.
Yeah, man.
Because honestly, Mike Elko in particular, he is a head coach of an undefeated team, and I heard him last week mention the playoffs. Nothing about the SEC football championship game.
Well, that's because
they're in the catbird seat for the SEC football championship game.
Are they? They got some little work to do.
South Carolina and Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
You don't want to Aggie. You don't want to 1939 it.
Listen, there's to me.
Don't get me wrong.
Go ahead, Joe. Or go ahead, Todd.
I was going to say, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love the tradition of the SEC championship game. I mean, I look forward to it every year. But, as far as the players are concerned, it's almost like it can only hurt you now as far as the playoffs are concerned. You know what I mean? Get your players.
Georgia lost their starting quarterback in last year's SEC championship.
The team loved it.
The other comment I did want to make is, and Drew's probably touched on this if y'all haven't already, I really want to see, is it Hill, our backup running back?
Yes, Daniel Hill from Meridian, Mississippi.
I really want to see that kid get more touches. I think he does a really good job running north and south. We obviously know that our offensive line isn't the best in the country, and I really do think it would help the running issues if they would just give that kid more touches.
I think it would definitely help. I think he's the best player. Reminds me of Josh Jacobs and Damian Harris. Harris had a really good career at Alabama, but it was obvious by Josh's last year who the better player was. He didn't play more, and it made me sick.
Yeah. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all taking my call. Y'all have a great night, okay?
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate the kind words as well. Joe is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Joe?
I'm great. I know you're up against the break, but hey, Wes, Saban is 74 years old. I'm a month older than he is, so I know how old he is. But anyway, and he's not going anywhere. He's got it made, guys. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but Vegas thinks he is, and that I mean,
just interesting.
And I want to thank Joe, because we didn't have to go anywhere this past Friday. We were covered with a tent, thanks to Joe and his help, and we had great food, great pork sandwich. Appreciate you very much, sir.
That's nice, Joe.
Wow.
Wow.
Like it.
Anytime I can help, I'm there.
Appreciate that, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Well, as you can hear, we are just about out of time, sir. Thank you so much for the phone call.
Thank you, Joe. We'll see you soon. Go Hartselle Tigers at Homewood.
Patriots and Tigers.
Yeah. We got to go beat Tyler Watts.
Tune in tomorrow morning for Talking Ball. They're going to talk to John Summerall, the Grissom product, for a recipe or two. Hey, Coach, and the Kalen DeBoer Show is next. That's followed by Crawdad and his boys talking a little Army Black Knight football.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody